I'm making my meatball-stuffed biscuits. To get started, I'm gonna combine some milk and breadcrumbs in my big bowl. I'll add a 1/4 cup of whole milk and 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs. I'll grab half of my bunch of parsley. I'll reserve the other half for sprinkling on top. And this will add a great pop of freshness to the meatballs. And then I'll grab my ground pork, Parmesan cheese, and an egg. I'll season my pork with a teaspoon of kosher salt, a teaspoon of fennel seeds. I'll add 1/2 teaspoon of dried minced garlic, 1/2 teaspoon of dried minced onion, and 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. I'll add a little heat with a couple pinches of crushed red pepper and some black pepper. I'll also add 1 cup of shredded Parmesan, and then 1 egg will help this all come together. I'm gonna mix it up with my hands, but before I get in there and get my hands all dirty, I'm gonna add a drizzle of olive oil to my pan and get that heating up. And now I'm gonna mix it as quickly as I can. I don't wanna overmix the mixture and get tough meatballs. The mixture is combined, and now I'm gonna roll it into 1.5-inch balls and transfer them directly to my pan. Just like that. These are already looking great, and they're smelling even better. I'm gonna continue turning these on all sides until they're browned. This is what I'm going for. They have this gorgeous brown crust. I'm gonna transfer these to my pan now and then grab my biscuits and mozzarella. I'm using store-bought biscuits today, but they would be so good with homemade biscuits. And I've also gotten some slices of mozzarella that are gonna add great meltiness to these. I'll lay out all my biscuits, and I'll get everything ready before I start forming. I'll take 1 biscuit and I'll flatten it slightly with my fingers so that it's big enough to go all the way around the meatball. I'm gonna rip up a couple pieces of cheese, and I'll place them in the center, and then I'll take a meatball and then stretch the ends of the biscuit dough to encase the meatball in the cheese, just like making a little dumpling. And I'll place it seam side down right into my pan. This is a 9x9 baking pan. I'm gonna bake these at 375 for 30 minutes until they're golden. Oh, yeah. I love how they get puffy and just fill up the pan. I'm gonna make these look even better now by topping them with garlic butter. I made this easily with butter, olive oil, garlic, and crushed red pepper, and I warmed it in my pan, and now I'm gonna pour it all over the top. These are dangerous. I'll use a brush to get even distribution of the garlic butter. I'm gonna stick it back in the oven for a few minutes, but before I do that, I'm gonna sprinkle with a little bit more Parmesan cheese and a few pinches of flaky salt. And this will go back in the oven to allow that garlic butter to soak right in. While this finishes up, I'll chop up some fresh parsley. Okay, let me grab those meatballs. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat these. I'll finish these with a sprinkle of parsley. They're the perfect warm bite. Let's eat.